The story of the Tampa Bay Rays this season is one where the past, present, and future are all swirling around the team.
And as they fight to make the playoffs for the first time in 6 years, the decisions made more than 2 decades ago now haunt the franchise, the fans, and the economic future of the Tampa Bay region.
Tonight, in a new Full Circle report, Paul Legrone dissects the Rays saga from all sides with new key insight on the destiny of America's pastime here in the Bay.
There was a time in Tampa Bay.
And the first pitch in Double-A history.
When baseball
It is gone. Westmoreland hit the first home run.
Was the best game in town.
It gives me great pleasure today to award Major League Baseball at Tampa St. Petersburg.
Anybody that walks into this baseball facility tonight or any other night is walking into one of the class facilities in baseball.
But that was then. This is now.
This is about Tampa Bay keeping its hometown team and Montreal having one as well.
We are too large of an area to lose a major sporting franchise.
We need to be one region when it comes to this team.
Well, the team needs to be right over here in Ybor City.
I don't see it happening in St. Petersburg, and I would be hard-pressed to see it happen in Tampa.
I completely agree that we have lost momentum.
Questions? Comments? Criticism?
There's been plenty of criticism and questions about Rays owner Stu Sternberg's plan to split the team's season between here and Montreal, but few answers. The team declined our repeated requests for an interview, but the other major players shaping the Rays' future had a lot to say, including St. Petersburg Mayor Rick Kreisman, who sat down with us just before his meeting with the Rays owner, his third one since the team announced its plan in June.
Have the discussions you've had with Rays owner Stu Sternberg, have they been productive?
Yeah, I think the thing that is the most important for the public to understand is as long as Stu and I, his team and my team continue to talk, that's a good thing.
Do you think that the Rays have a genuine interest in staying in St. Petersburg?
Well, I think what they've certainly said publicly, and I'll be honest, that everything that's being said behind closed doors, we've kind of agreed that that's where it's going to stay. We're not going to negotiate through the media or through the public.
But it's the public who would have to finance what the Rays want, a new open-air ballpark. And it's the same public who would have to support a part-time team. Support fans have been unwilling to provide now at Tropicana Field, home to the league's lowest attendance for 6 out of the last 8 years, despite the Rays' consistent appearance in the playoffs.
Apparently nobody is watching, or at least going to the Trop.
That reality is the source of Sternberg saying things like this when he was asked whether Tampa Bay has any hope of keeping the Rays full-time.
We've been through this long enough that all for their own is not going to be an option going forward. It's just not going to be an option going forward.
If it meant saving the team, would you be willing to go along with this idea to figure out a way to share the team, if that were the only way?
If we were to get to a point where we allowed the Rays to explore the split season, I believe, and I may be wrong on this, but I believe that exploration would end up showing that the challenges are too great.
Across the Bay, Tampa Mayor Jane Castor wants to keep the Rays local.
Do you think it's worth keeping the Rays here if it comes at a cost for taxpayers?
The question is bigger than that, because you have individuals that say building a stadium and bringing a sporting franchise is a losing proposition for any municipality. And then on the other hand, you can show city after city where it really is a benefit not only to the citizens but to the economy.
But sports journalist Neil DeMoss says a team's impact on the local economy is often overstated.
While a new stadium may have its benefits, the amount of public money being put into them never comes back to the public.
Finding the money is something Tampa and Hillsborough struck out on when they pitched the new stadium in Ybor City last year. County Commissioner Ken Hagan was the front man on that effort, and now he finds himself on the bench, waiting for permission from St. Petersburg to even talk to the Rays.
We wanted to sit down and have a regional discussion on what is the best way to ensure the team remains here. Unfortunately, Mayor Kreisman was unwilling to do that.
I did what no one else has done. That's sat in my seat, which is to even allow the team to explore the opportunities across the bay. And I gave them 3 years to do that, which is a considerable amount of time. And for whatever reason, it didn't work. I think at this point in time, we need to look here and see what can we do here in St. Pete.
With all the political noise, it's easy for the fans to be silenced. But that's never been a problem for Rob Sass. Known as Tampa Bay's happy heckler,
that's when the ears go bing.
Rob was the Rays' secret weapon, getting into opposing batters' heads, and it often worked.
They take their gloves out of their back pocket, and go inside out. I go, better fix that back pocket, buddy. Major League Baseball has, dress codes here. You're gonna get fined. You see the guy get out of the box, you start pushing his pocket back into the, they hear you.
Those kids are going, Dad, is this normal?
Rob used to have season tickets, but after the recession, like many fans, he had to give them up. He still goes to the games, but it's just not the same.
Do you think we're bad fans?
I wouldn't say we're bad fans. We'd be bad fans if we didn't support the team whatsoever.
Do you think the fans deserve this?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I don't think they deserve it.
Ball to second. Hewitt got it. Rays are going to the World Series. Down the left field line. That ball is gone. And the Rays win.
It's official. You are a baseball town, St. Petersburg. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays have finally arrived.
Are you willing to stand your ground if it means being known as the mayor who lost baseball?
I had two choices. I could try and kick the can to whoever followed me, or I could make a decision and try and move the ball under my administration, knowing that there was risk involved in doing that. I will not make everybody happy no matter what I do.
Since we interviewed Mayor Kreisman, he met with the Rays owner Stu Sternberg again. The team is asking Kreisman for permission to explore the split season idea with Montreal, and the clock is ticking. The Rays' contract with St. Petersburg is up in 2027. Paul Legrone, ABC Action News.